wanted the best, you got him for a breast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show under the world of outlaws.
Drivers, start your reading. Motor Sim Racing Magazine is the first and only magazine dedicated to sim racing. Every month we'll be covering the hot topics around the world of sim racing. So if you're looking to be in the know, go to www.motorsimsracing.com. You will find articles from your favorite drivers, leagues, and other prominent people in the sim racing community.
Hello, race fans. Welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network live here at the Daytona International Speedway for the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping World Truck Series at Daytona. These guys are coming fresh off of a Season 7, which was won by Tom Wetmore, who won 3 of the 5 races in the chase of Season 7. We start tonight at Daytona for a Season 8, and Tom is clearly a favorite. Why? Because he won the last restrictor plate track in these trucks, which took place at Talladega at the beginning of the chase. Welcome everybody, and sitting beside me here tonight is David Everly. I'm in tonight, Tanner Sharp for Sean Zulu tonight, who cannot be here tonight, so I'm in here. Dave, welcome, and should be some exciting racing here at Daytona.
Oh, most definitely, Sean or Tanner. It's going to be a blast. These guys are going to put on a heck of a show tonight. Definitely, it's going to be a fun time.
It definitely is, and this track is so famous, whether you're a race fan or not. And whenever you come to Daytona, you always have that feeling going underneath those tunnels and going into the infield, and you just look around, and you just have that funny feeling because you look at this place, even on the virtual world on iRacing.com of Daytona, you realize that there's names like Earnhardt, Petty, Gordon, Yarborough, all of them legends that have won at this historical track. And tonight, about 32 drivers are going to take the track here tonight and etch their name into a legacy saying that they have won at Daytona. So tonight, 32 drivers, like we said. Tom Wetmore, who is currently third quickest on the qualifying times, is pretty much the favorite to start off on as far as winning the championship. But not only the championship, the winner of winning this race tonight because he won the last restrictor plate race. And Dave, the weather should not be too much of an issue for these drivers tonight.
Oh, that's definitely true there, Tanner. Looking at the temperature, it's 78 degrees with a track temperature of 78 degrees under partly cloudy conditions. The wind right about 2 mile an hour out of the north, so these guys are going to have a lot of traction. I don't think we're going to see too many 4-tire pit stops. We may see some 2 tires and kind of rotating there as they battle it out here for 85 laps here at Daytona International.
Yeah, absolutely. And 85 laps, it is definitely a long way. It's not quite to 100 laps, but it's a good amount of laps here at Daytona for these Camping World trucks here on iRacing. The fuel load's about 12.1 gallons these guys are going to have. So approximately, this is not an official number here, but it's going to be about 35 laps to 40 laps for these guys to go on fuel. But if we can make it to that point, if we don't have any kind of cautions whatsoever, we can see some green flag pit stops. And that's one thing about here at Daytona International Speedway is that you don't want to beat yourself on pit road. You beat yourself on pit road, it's going to cost you a lot of time on the racetrack and you're going to lose the draft flat out. So watch yourself getting on pit road tonight. It's going to be a tough transition going from 190 miles an hour to down to about 60 miles an hour, which is the pit road speed limit. These drivers, I believe, are currently in a driver's meeting at the moment, so these guys are going over the rules and all that good stuff right there. Qualifying has taken place here. We got about a minute 15, as you see on the top right-hand corner, until we do go green flag racing. So let's kind of top off on these drivers just a little bit and kind of give you an idea about the Extreme Motorsports 99 Camping World Truck Series. Tom Wetmore was the champion last season. They had a 5-race chase in Season 7, Talladega, Chicagoland, Las Vegas, Michigan, and Homestead. Tom won 3 of the 5 races. Now, in the regular season, we did have multiple drivers other than Tom winning races. Drivers like Cole Glasson, who won 2 victories and was the points leader entering the chase. And with Bryant Ward, was actually finished second in the regular season and went to the chase. Tom Wetmore entered the chase 9th with 2 wins. Ryan Gavel was 2 wins as well. So a bunch of drivers, pretty much a mixed bag of drivers for 10 races have won a lot of races, which means it's a very competitive series. So any more information do we have for us, David?
Well, it was a very suspenseful season there, as you said. These guys gave it their all. See some new names in here for the Truck Series this season. See some names that I have seen in other leagues, so I think it's going to be a great time here, as it looks like the drivers are climbing in their trucks, getting ready to go green flag racing here at Daytona for the season kickoff of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping World Truck Series.
And with that being said, the drivers are hopping in, ready to go. The pace cars are ready to go. So everybody's hopping in, getting their wheels set, getting their drink ready to go. So let's go over the official grid for tonight's race here at Daytona with Matthew Welsbach on the pole in these trucks tonight. He will start off first. Marty Ray will roll off second. Season 7 champion Tom Wetmore will qualify 3rd, 15th in practice. I don't think it really matters here in Daytona on practice times. Chris Voiles will roll off 4th, 5th place Curtis Vollmer, 6th place Jacob Bell, Rusty Farrell in 7th, Tyler Davis will roll off 8th, Ryan Daniels will roll off 9th, and rounding out your top 10 is Brent Kuehl.
Starting in 11th is going to be Chris Gibu. Starting 12th, Hunter McDaniel. Starting 13th, Travis Pryor. Damian Crump will start 14th. Starting in 15th will be Taylor Gray. Nathan Shiflett starting in 16th position. Starting 17th, James Peterson. Michael Knight starting 18th. Starting 19th, Ken Ladd. Don Kidder Jr. will round out your top 20.
Sitting outside the top 20 there, the number 14 machine is going to be Vern Bradley. Tommy Messi, I apologize if I have the name incorrect, he's going to roll off in 22nd. Zachy Kreiser will roll off 23rd. 24th, David Elliott. Gary Wolbert will round out 25th. Garrett Robinson will roll out 26th. Brian Wasserman will roll off 27th. Ty Gibbs in 28th. Vernon Markham will roll off in 29th. Rounding out your top 30 is going to be Chris Thorman. Scott Mitten was the last driver to take a qualifying time, and Adam Eisenhower will roll off 32nd. 32 drivers are going to hit the racetrack tonight, as previously mentioned, here at Daytona, and they're only going to get one pace lap, or not even really a pace lap. They're going to go green this time by once the pace car pulls off down pit road here, Dave. Any final thoughts?
I'm just ready to get the season started just as much as these drivers. Waiting to see who is going to win the season opener here at Daytona for the Daytona 85. I've got my favorites, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to jinx them there, Tanner.
There is definitely some favorites, and feel free to chat with us here on Dre Broadcasting Network. Throw in your picks and let us know who do you think is going to win this race tonight. Feel free to chat with us all evening. Now, the number 29 machine, Matthew Welsbach, has the great starting position here at Daytona. You're going to be out front of the big one as long as nobody else clips you. He's going to come take the green flag off of turn number 4. There's a bunch of butterflies probably going on right now in these trucks as the pace car pulls left down pit road. Here we go, folks. Green flag is out, and we are racing at Daytona. Nice push on the outside by the number 28 machine of Chris Voiles, but I don't know if it's going to be very beneficiary at the moment. They're just starting to get up to speed. Tom Wetmore in the number 6 in the Dre Broadcasting truck on the bottom there, getting a nice shove on the bottom. He's going to be able to help clear. Actually, the 29 machine is going to get cleared. That is Matthew Welsenbach, the pole sitter. Now he is clear. He has the option to block that outside lane. He's going to stick to the inside rows next to that yellow line as that outside run's trying to get the run. That's a 65 machine, Marty Ray, who qualified second. We are 2 by 2, just the way we started.
Yeah, these guys are holding a pretty steady line there as the 6 of Tom Wetmore is all over the 29 of Matthew Walzenbach. As you said, he is keeping Walzenbach. Walzenbach is going to lead this first lap as they cross the start-finish line, making their way here into turn number 1. Looking at their speed, these guys are pushing 190 mile an hour.
Trouble in the back there. We got big-time trouble. This should bring out a yellow flag. Nothing yet, but we had a big-time trouble with the number 81 machine of Travis Pryor, who actually, I don't know what happened to him. Let's see if we can get a replay on exactly what happened to him. Oh, I think he got punted.
Well, as we pull up our Dre Broadcasting replay here, we are going to focus on the 81 of Travis Pryor to see if we can see exactly what happened here. As it looks like he got down on that apron, and then a couple trucks looks like they checked up. You got the 14 involved, the 49, 97, 64. But as you said, they kept it down below the yellow, and it did not bring out. Our yellow flag is out now.
Yeah, the yellow flag did get called right now, thanks to the race officials who called out the yellow. iRacing did not call that yellow flag, but the race officials were on top of that. So very quick work by the race officials. And this is going to bring out the first caution of the night in the early stages of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Camping World Truck Series race. Season 8, Race 1. So with that being said, these drivers are down on the backstretch collecting the pace car. Matthew Welsenbach was able to hold the lead. Marty Ray was able to hold his second spot. Tom Wetmore, pretty much everybody that started in the top 5 remained in the top 5 in their positions as they started in. Pit road is going to come down this time by. And David, do you think anybody's going to come down pit road to take some tires or just hold their track position?
They've only got 3 laps here on this run, so I don't think we may see some of the people in the back come down, try to play a little fuel strategy, but I think the front leaders, I think they may stay out here, but they are now coming out of turn 4. We are being led by the 29 of Walzenbach, so we will keep an eye on these front runners here to see if they are going to pit or if they're going to stay out, but it looks like they are going to stay out. They are not going to pit.
Yeah, it looks like many of the front runners are going to stay out. If anybody's going to come in, I would expect some of the guys that were recently involved in that last caution, drivers like Zachary Kresser there, Vern Bradley, all these guys that do have some sort of damage. Travis Pryor is one of them. Tommy Esme is one of them. David Elliott, all down pit road. Some drivers also that were riding in the back of the pack that were able to avoid the incident are also down pit road. And this is probably a pretty good opportunity for these drivers to get damage repaired and also get some fresh stickers, aka tires, on their trucks if you're in the back of the pack. So the early pit stops do begin here. We should have a quick caution. I don't believe there was no lucky dog, obviously, since that was the first yellow of the race. So this caution should be pretty quick. We should get the 1 to go signal this time by. Right now, the pace car is on the backstretch currently. I see Tyler Davis is actually a favorite to win here tonight, according to the chat that I hear. Somebody said that go Tyler Davis. So we will keep an eye on that as well. Where is Tyler Davis even at anyways? Tyler Davis, he's up there running in the top 5. Actually, he's 6th right now, so we'll keep an eye on Thomas Davis since I seen that in the chat there. Well, as we said, it should be get the one to go signal this time by. Pace lap is about 80 miles an hour around Daytona, which is a pretty long pace lap because when you have damage on, if you have any kind of damage, it does really give you an opportunity to get that truck fixed. So Zachary Kreezer is given the EOL penalty. That means tail end of the longest line penalty. So he'll have to go all the way dead end to 32nd, which is dead last. As these drivers, pace car lights off. Yes, pace car lights are off. So we are going to so we do have the one to go signal, and we are going green next time by when they hit the start finish line. That will be your green flag. So let's kind of give you a little rundown of the top 10 here. Matthew Welzenbach, your pole sitter, is currently in first. Tom Wetmore is up there in third, Marty Ray in second. In fourth spot is Curtis Vollmer. Fifth place, Chris Foyles. Sixth place, Tyler Davis. Jacob Bell in seventh. Rusty Farrell is in eighth. Chris Gibu is in ninth. And rounding out your top 10 is Damian Crump.
Now, taking a look at our chat there, Tanner, it looks like we are already getting some interview requests. Ladies and gentlemen, we will try to get to those as soon as we can, but we are one to green. So these drivers are all buckled up, tightened up, tensed up, and ready to go back green flag racing.
Yeah, you mentioned that tensed up feeling because if I was up there towards the front, here's my tense feeling right now. If I was like third or fourth, that number 29 machine, Matthew Welzenbach, has decided to choose the outside lane. So that means he's gonna get the lane to work with the 48 machine of Chris Vollmer. And on the inside, in second spot, is actually Tom Wetmore. Tom Wetmore is in second, and Marty Ray would be in third. So those two, I got that mixed up. I thought Marty Ray was in second. But nonetheless, we're going to get the green flag this time by Matthew Welzenbach on the high side. He's going to be working with Chris Vollmer. That might be the line. The outside line does work here at Daytona, but you don't want to blow up your engine. Green flag. We are back racing here at the Daytona International Speedway. It looked like the 48 of Curtis Vollmer got caught sleeping on that restart, and what a big old jump from Matthew Welzenbach. I don't know about this. Oh, he does jump in front of Tom Wetmore, so that was a very good move on Welzenbach's part.
Yeah, he moves down to that inside, becomes the leader of the outside lane, while that 48 of Vollmer, he has got the 43 of Tyler Davis all over his back bumper here coming down the backstretch. He is getting a good run there as it looks like that outside lane is starting to work up. Meanwhile, Welzenbach is still leading by about a truck length here coming into turn 3.
Yeah, Welzenbach is in pretty good position as there are some drivers on that high line up there, like the number 43 machine of Tyler Davis, pushing that 48 truck, trying to get him up towards the front, but he's not quite to that back bumper just yet. If they're going to try to challenge for the lead, they're really going to have to start pushing, but I'm pretty sure with the early stages of this race, drivers are really trying to take it easy and save their pushing for a later time, which is probably going to be a later race. In the meantime, just kind of ride it out to see how it feels. And Tom Wetmore almost clipped that apron, that yellow line apron of the racetrack there, got really close, but he's settling in line, pushing our pole sitter, Matthew Welzenbach.
Well, taking a look here, Tanner, it looks like we've already had some big movers here. The 18 of Ty Gibbs, who started in, let's take a look here, 28th position, has already gained 13 spots here and is now running into 15th position. Right behind him, the 50th.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Oh, he's in the grass there. Or that's the 81 of Travis Pryor there in the grass.
Man, what a tremendous save by Ty Gibbs coming through or almost entering the tri-oval area. He actually got really loose, or he may have had a little help there too. But nonetheless, still a little early in this race. But yeah, I agree with you there, Dave. He has come from 28th position and he's up to 15th. And he does have some drafting help behind him with a few sets of trucks. Actually, it's a group of guys back here that are pretty much just riding along. Some that may have been involved in that caution as well. Oh, we got three wide action back here. Almost 64 machine. Almost hit the wall. That would be Michael Knight. Almost hit the wall in 3 and 4.
Yeah, it looks like this backpack here is just getting situated as it looks like that they're trying to go single file there as they have actually kind of lost the draft of the lead pack, but they are working well together here. Probably just trying to hang back a little bit, trying to avoid any incident that happens up front here. But they are just kind of testing the water to see who they can work with and how well they work.
Challenge up front. Chris Vollmer, new leader. On the high side, getting a push from Tyler Davis. And still working with them on the higher line of the racetrack. Matthew Walzenbach trying to get a push from Tom Wetmore on the bottom. Vollmer was clear of the pole sitter of Matthew there, and Vollmer will get himself a bonus point for leading a lap.
Yeah, look, if you look there, Tanner, you got 6 trucks on that outside lane. You only got 5 on the inside, but that 5 with just one less truck is definitely keeping
Oh,
pace.
big accident! Huge accident! Caution is out. Marty Ray involved in it. Oh, brother. Now, I don't think that was Marty at all. I believe that was the 75 machine of Rusty Farrell who got turned sideways. Pull it up on our replay here to see exactly what happened. Yeah, he got clipped. Here we go. Down in turn number 1 right here. Right on that left rear quarter panel. That will turn the truck, and that was from the number 12 that was pushing the 75 machine. The number 12 was Damian Crump pushing Rusty there, got in his left rear quarter panel, clipped Marty. Marty took a huge hit towards the outside wall, and drivers were piling in from there.
I tell you what, Tanner, that 77 there of Jacob Bell, he got around that. I don't know how he got through that, but take a look here. It doesn't look like I see too much damage, or if any, on his truck. So he was able to get through that incident that happened right in front of him.
Slight damage on the number 77 machine of Jacob Bell, but although he is he should be okay. Aerodynamics means a lot here at a track like this. Maybe if he can come down pit road this time by to get that fixed, that would mean a lot to Jacob Bell and his aerodynamics. I do see some nose damage on the number 77 machine though.
Yeah, we see that now. He's got a crumpled hood there, so he is probably going to have to come down onto pit road and let his pit crew pound on it for a little bit. But as you said, it is a 2.5 mile track. 80 mile an hour pit speed here is, I think we're going to see everybody come down and get some pit service now, Tanner.
Yes, most definitely. And coming down pit road, anybody? Oh, yes, sir. That's going to be led by Matthew Welzenbach down pit road, 60 miles an hour. Do not beat yourself on pit road. Don't speed. Don't overdrive your pit box. Everybody's coming down pit road, and including that number 77 of Jacob Bell. I do have one car staying out on the racetrack at the moment. That's going to be James Peterson. Maybe trying to collect the bonus point. Everybody down pit road, getting into their pit box. I assume at least 2 tires is going to, or 2 to 4 tires. I would take 2, and we do got a 2-tire call. It is going to be the number 13 machine of Ryan Daniels. Pole sitter Matthew Welzenbach actually took 4 tires. So that means Garrett Robinson is actually a lap down, but Damian Crump, Brent Kuehl, Chris Gibu, and Tyler Davis all took 2 tires.
Yeah, while they came down, the 49 machine of Nathan Shiflett, the 58 of James Peterson, and the 05 of Tommy Amassi did stay out, so that is going to give that race lead over to the 49 machine of Nathan Shiflett, so he is going to get his bonus point for winning a race, or leading a lap, I'm sorry.
Yeah, bonus points for leading a lap, especially in this series, is so critical. At least you want to try to get some bonus points off the bat out of the way at the first part of the season. So we should get the 1 to go signal this time by, I believe. We'll have to keep an eye on the pace car here. And folks, they're going to be coming, as the field's going to be coming through the triover right here. It is banked 18 degrees here at Daytona, which is about as steep as probably a roof on a ranch house. That's how steep 18 degrees of banking is at Daytona. They go in these corners at 31 degrees of banking in all 4 corners. Pace car lights are still on, so I think it's a good time to catch our breath here after some intense action in early stages here at Daytona. Let's take a commercial break here on the Dre Broadcasting Network.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. We are under caution here in the Extreme Motorsports 99 Camping World Truck Series under our second caution of the evening here on lap 14 out of 85, so 72 laps to go. As we just had a big accident coming off of turn number 2. We got a mixed bag of pit stops here, and some guys did stay out. Nathan Shellett stayed out under this caution. James Peterson stayed out, and Tommy Esme stayed out. Top 3 cars stayed out. Tyler Davis, Chris Gibu, and Brent Kuehl took 2 tires under this last pit stop. Matthew Walzenbach is the first guy on 4 fresh tires. He's going to be the pole sitter. He's going to be a guy that's first time in traffic all race long. So here we go, coming to take the green flag. Nathan Shiflett is on point in that number 49 Red Bull Toyota, I believe. Yes, sir. Toyota, green flag. We are back racing here at the Camping World Truck Series of Extreme Motorsports 99 at Daytona. Race 1 on Season 8. Side by side, getting up the speed as they head down into turn number 1. Shiflett on the bottom, high side James Peterson. 2 guys are on older tires, about at least 10 to 13 laps on older tires. That 05 machine is Tommy Esme. He's on the bottom there on older tires as well with the top 3. The 43 machine, Tyler Davis, is trying to get the 58 of James Peters to the race lead, but I don't think they're going to clear Nathan just yet. And he does get him clear, but he leaves a 43 of Tommy out, Tyler, out the dry. Oh boy. A lot of dancing around in the mid-pack there. That was from the 86 machine of Adam Eisenhower, who, by the way, has been on the move since it dropped the green flag. Started dead last 32nd. He has now cracked the top 10.
Yeah, he is putting on a good showing here on lap 16 of 85, 70 laps remaining here for the season kickoff. Also, see some of our big movers. Ty Gibbs starting 28th, currently running in 13th. Then we have Zachary Kreiser starting 23rd, running 19th. So we've got some movers, but this is Daytona. It's plate track racing, Tanner. Just because you start in the back doesn't mean your race is over.
Oh, no, that is exactly. It really doesn't matter, in my opinion, especially as a driver on iRacing as well. It really doesn't matter where you start at Daytona or Talladega. It's just really the matter where you finish, because you can stay in the draft and get up to the front in a matter of laps with the correct help. Right now, since it's 2x2 for quite a few rows back, all the way backed up to, where's the 18 Ty Gibbs at? Ty Gibbs is all the way 12th, and the 11 machine is in 13th. So if you take Ken Ladd, for example, where is he going to go? There's nowhere for him to go right now, so it's pretty much just ride around until you find an opening.
Well, Tanner, we are going to give these viewers at home that are watching a treat. We are going to put our Crank It Up cam here for a couple laps so they can hear these motors roar here around Daytona.
And we do have a yellow flag, though, here, David, on the speedway. Caution flag is out for the third time tonight. Currently trying to find out the incident. It is going to be the number 57 machine of Hunter McDaniel. I believe he had crashed coming off turn number 4. It was actually a different group of guys in the back here, Dave, as we watch the replay here. Oh, yeah, he got turned. He got turned there. I'm trying to figure out who he got turned by. Got turned by Damian Crump. If I'm not mistaken, that's actually two drivers Damian has turned tonight, unfortunately. And this time he got into the right rear quarter panel, where the last caution was in the left rear. Wow, tremendous driving there, trying to get through that wreck. By the number 87 machine of David Elliott. So this brings out our third caution of the evening. The drivers are trying to collect the pace car on the backstretch there. And David, what did you see from that incident?
Yeah, it was exactly as you said. It just looked like Crump didn't try to give him a bump, but he just was not squared with the back bumper of Daniel there in front of him. And just happened to nudge him, and that got him turned around and up into the outside wall.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just the downside when you're pushing another driver ahead of you, is try to, as much as possible, no matter how much the driver is ahead of you, to avoid any quarter panels of that truck. As you've seen right there on the replay beforehand, that you got to be careful pushing somebody, because you don't want to get on the right or left side of anybody. So with that being said, pit road should be open for this time by. It was actually great track position for James Peterson, Nathan Shiflett, and who else stayed out? Tommy Esme stayed out. Pit road is open. I am seeing a mixed bag of drivers, though, heading down pit road. Drivers like James Peterson, Nathan Shiflett, Tommy Emze. All these drivers are headed down pit road. A bunch of these drivers are going to take at least 2 tires, maybe 4 tires, probably 4 tires, since this is going to be a long. We still got a little bit of a distance left for these drivers. So majority of the field has pitted under the caution, with the exception of the drivers that pitted last caution. Drivers like Tyler Davis, who's going to become our new race leader. Brent Kuehl is actually on there. Actually, he stayed out, if I'm not mistaken. No, he pitted. Chris Vollmer, Matthew Walzenbach, James Peterson, who actually got a good track position there thanks to this caution, Nathan Shiflett, Tom Wetmore in 7th, Tommy Esme in 8th, Ken Ladd, all pitted. Actually, I take that back. They did not pit. Drivers who just recently pitted was James Peterson, Nathan Shiflett, Tommy Esme, Chris Gibu, Vern Bradley, all pitted. But the top 4 drivers did stay. Oh, we got that right now. But with that being said, let's try to ring up a driver, David. There's a driver that there was a request to talk to here tonight, and that is going to be Jacob Bell. I'm going to see if I can bring Jacob Bell in here. Let's ring him up here. Jacob Bell, you got a copy?
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, it's been some intense racing in the first opening stages of this race tonight. How has it been for you as a driver?
It's been a little intense out there. Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, guys are giving it all they got right now, and I understand that because we still got to work through the nerves. But I mean, I'm just gonna try to get this line design Chevy up to the front, and we'll see whatever it takes to get there.
Yeah, definitely. And you avoided one big incident. I mean, you did get some damage for it. However, how has your aerodynamics been performing out there on the racetrack with that nose damage and that left rear spoiler damage?
Yeah, I've been working with some other guys to see how bad the damage is, but on that last run there, it was a little bit slower, but not too bad. But we'll see if we can go ahead and try and fix it later on in the race, which I'm sure we will need to anyways. And then we'll get it back out front and hopefully get a good finish. By the way, I want to give a shout out to all my friends watching it. I know I got Jared, Brett, Sergio, all the family back at home. Shout out to you guys for watching this, and we'll see what happens.
All right, Jacob, before we hang you up and let you get back to your conversation with your crew or whatever you're doing in your truck under this pace lap here, since pace car lights are still on, what would be your strategy? You're sitting in ninth place right now. Is there any kind of strategy on trying to get towards the front to try to be closer and put yourself in that position to win this race? I know it's early, but is there any kind of strategy that goes along with it?
Yeah, I'd say the Highline really gets rolling here. If you get the right group of guys up top, they're really able to push forward and get a good run outgoing towards the front. So I'd say try to stay up high as much as possible and stay out of trouble, obviously. But if I can get to the front, the plan's to stay there. I think that's definitely the spot to be.
All right, Jacob. Well, good luck for the rest of the race, and we hope to see you possibly in victory lane tonight.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That was Jacob Bell in the number 77 machine, sitting there right there in the ninth position in the LineCreativeDesigns.com Silverado Chevrolet. Pace car lights are turned off. Tyler Davis is in the number 43 machine, the Magnum truck Chevrolet, out front. He's leading under this caution, and he's actually leading his first laps so far tonight. Brent Kuehl in second place. Curtis Vollmer in third place. Matthew Welzenbach, your pole sitter, in fourth. Tom Wetmore in fifth. Ken Ladd in sixth. Marty Ray in seventh. I don't know how he's still up there after taking a huge hit. I do believe there is quite a few fast repairs from my notes here. So he did take a fast repair, and he's back up towards the top 10. Ryan Wasserman is in eighth. Good running showing for him tonight. Started from 27th position. Great showing, Brian. Jacob Bell, who we just interviewed, sitting there in ninth. And rounding out your top 10, Travis Pryor. Started 13th up to 10th. Well, one thing I did collect from Jacob's, we talked with Jacob there, is that, it's pretty much kind of like see how things go in the early stages of this race, and then put yourself in a position to try to get up towards that high side, because that's going to be the place to be in the closing stages of the race tonight. Here we go, coming through turn number 4. And we're going to unleash these bad boys once again. Pace car will head off the pit road. Tyler Davis ready to lead them down. Going to lead them down for the first time this evening. Here we go. Green flag is out. We are back racing here at the Daytona International Speedway. ExtremeMotorsports99.com Camping World Truck Series. Now, there's not a lot of help on that high side, but there's not a lot of help on that inside, too. That 48 machine of Chris Ballmer's got to get to that back bumper of the race leader, and he does that, and that allows Tyler Davis to continue to stay side by side with the 4 of Brent Kuehl. Now, that outside lane is going to be dissipating here because there's not a lot of drivers on that high side to really help get that momentum on corner exit, so they're going to fall back, it looks like, here just a few positions. Tom Wetmore on the bottom and going to be taking over the third spot there on the inside row. The 65 machine of Marty Ray is actually coming up, pushing that inside row. Look at this move for the race lead. Curtis Vollmer on the outside, getting a punt and a push from Tom Wetmore. And Curtis is going to lead another lap thanks to Tom. And oh boy, they let Tyler Davis hung out to dry there, as now Valmore knows he wants that outside line. Tom Wetmore in the Dre Broadcasting Network Chevrolet Silverado goes towards the race lead. What a move by Tom, our Season 7 champion. We are really battling for the race lead tonight, boys. Down in turn 3 and 4, Tom Wetmore is clear. Tyler Davis is not. So pretty much Tom can do as he wish right now. Go to the high side and draft with Curtis, or stay to the inside with Tyler. So Tom is leading these guys around this joint. As that high side, not a lot of help there, but these guys can try to get help if there's more drivers. We do got more drivers that are going to go up to that high line there. Who is that white machine? That is the pole sitter. Matthew Welzenbach jumps to the high side. Jacob Bell on the bottom. Those two guys are side by side. Bunch of drivers choosing the inside row at the moment. I believe there's a bunch of guys towards the back here just a little bit that are really trying to take it easy on that higher line. And actually, they're coming. That is the number 11 machine of Ken Ladd.
Yeah, he's got the 7 machine right behind him of Brian Wasserman. Also, it looks like the 24 machine of Chris Gibu is, they are pushing up here, trying to catch these front 3 here. It looks like Walzelbach was thinking about going 3 wide, drops it back up high as they go 2 by 2 here through turns 1 and 2.
He's still thinking about going 3 wide at that door opens. Oh no, contact! That was definitely netcode contact between Jacob Bell and we got trouble on that backstretch there. Big time trouble.
And we are going to pull up our Dre Broadcasting replay here. We are going to take a look at that, focusing on the 29, Matthew Walzenbach. We are going to take a look from our blimp view here to see if we can see exactly what happened.
And the caution is out for this incident.
As you said, Tanner, that was some bad net code there with the 29. He just got turned there. Wasn't even a truck near him, so unfortunately that's just the battle of the beast that we deal with here on iRacing. So he's just going to have to collect it back up and work his way back up to the front.
Oh, brother, man, that was some serious... I don't know what was going on right there. Oh, well, I mean, I do know what was going on. It's just... I just cannot find any kind of explanation between the... because if you look at the gap between the 29 and the 77, they're not anywhere near each other to really hit each other. And all of a sudden, it just looked like the 29 just gets turned by some invincible force. That is called the netcode on iRacing here, folks. That's very unfortunate for those two drivers because they were showing their strong stuff here in the early portions of this race, especially Jacob Bell and Matthew. As, Jacob got turned again because the 29 and the 49 made contact. Well, pit road should be open this time by. Tom Wetmore is leading the way, and they're coming off turn 4 here, so here they come. Tom Wetmore, this should be it, unless someone's going to fake on out. Tom Wetmore enters the pits alongside Tyler Davis, Curtis Valmer, Marty Ray, and Brent Kuehl. So all lead lappers are headed on the racetrack. James Peterson, once again, in the number 58 machine, is going to stay out here. We got quite a few drivers, unless they're lapped down. No, they're not. We got a couple of drivers that are going to stay out under this caution. Ken Ladd's one of them.
Also looks like the 12 machine there is going to get the lucky dog. That is going to be Damian Crump. That will put him back on the lead lap. So the 12 of Damian Crump gets the lucky dog and gets back on the lead lap.
Damian Crump is back on the lead lap, so he's got a shot at some kind of victory or a top 10 tonight here in Daytona. It is going to be, I mean, with the side-by-side racing we've been seeing, it's going to be sure to be hard to get up towards the front.
You know, Tanner, looking at this chat, we've got Brett Brown up there. We got Crimso. Aiden Young's there in the chat. How you doing there, Aiden? Nancy Wetmore's definitely in there cheering on her boy, Tom Wetmore. as she is saying, that's my boy. So we have got a lot of guys here. Crimso cheering on the 43 machine of Tyler Davis. So looks like these drivers got a lot of fans out there in the chat. Type it up. Let us hear who you're rooting for here in the season opener of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com NASCAR Camping World Truck Series.
For sure. We are definitely reading the chat here. Good old crowd here tonight here in Daytona, especially all of you on the chat here on Extreme Motorsports 99.com's Season 7 of their Truck Series. Yep, that's our boy, Tom Wetmore, who's going to be second place, I believe. Actually, not second place. They're still trying to reroute the lineup here, which is going to get rerounded up once they hit the start-finish line. So here we go, and our pace car lights turned off here? Not yet. So we're gonna have another, at least another pace lap around Daytona. So let's try to take the opportunity to take a quick commercial break here in Daytona, get our, catch our breath, get something to drink, go grab some cheese and crackers or something, and we will be right back here on the Dre Broadcasting Network.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show under the world of outlaws.
Drivers, start your reading. Motor Sim Racing Magazine is the first and only magazine dedicated to sim racing. Every month we'll be covering the hot topics around the world of sim racing. So if you're looking to be in the know, go to www.motorsimsracing.com. You will find articles from your favorite drivers, leagues, and other prominent people in the sim racing community. Want an update of your favorite league? We got it. Want to learn the basics on finding a perfect league for you? We got it. Want to know more about how leagues are run? We got it. So remember, when you want to know what's going on in the sim racing world, go to www.motorsimracing.com.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway for the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping World Truck Series here in Daytona. It has been a pretty wild race since the drop of the green flag. Let's kind of give you a little bit of a race rundown here on everything that has happened. We are currently on lap 30 out of 85, so 56 laps to go. 4 cautions for 15 laps here tonight. Ken Ladd is currently your race leader. He's been out there for a good for about 19 laps since he last visited pit road. That's including caution flags. So Ken Ladd's your race leader. Tommy Esme is in second place. Don Kidder Jr. in third. James Peterson in fourth. Vern Bradley in fifth. Hunter McDaniel in sixth. And Chris Voiles is in seventh. Now those top 7 have stayed out under this caution flag. Garrett Robinson is the first driver on tires, at least 2 or 4 tires. He's in 8th place on back. Marty Ray in 9th, and Brent Kuehl in the top 10. Gonna be coming. Oh, go ahead.
Looks like the pace car is going to bring them here out of turn number 4 as we are getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Looks like Ken Ladd is going to keep him at pace speed as he is elected to take the outside lane. The pace car dips in and the green flag flies and off comes Tommy Amassi. He gets a good run on the inside there as they are side by side with Ken Ladd coming into turn number 1.
Man, that outside line, the last driver that took the outside line on a restart was the pole sitter, Matthew Welzenbach, and it worked out pretty good for him. He was able to hop to the inside, but this time around, Ken Ladd was not able to jump down to the inside. He had the 05 machine of Tommy Esme there, as looks like Ken Ladd's going to lose the race lead. Tommy is going to take the race lead with a punt and a push from the 03 of Don Kidder Jr. down the backstretch. Oh man, drivers are actually bumping each other, trying to do a 3-car tandem, and it ain't working out too good. They're getting a little unstable entering turn 3. Now they're going to be coming off turn number 4, side by side, battle for the race lead. It is Tommy versus Ken. Off of turn number 4, who's going to get to the line this time by? Timing and scoring is going to show. Oh man, that would have been a great photo finish. And iRacing says Ken beat him to the line by 0.001.
It don't get no closer than that there, Tanner.
Oh no, it don't. Oh my goodness, that would have been a great photo finish right there. But nonetheless, we are side by side, just 2 by 2 ever since the drop of the restart here. Ken Ladd trying to get a good punt and a push from the outside line. Now, since we're watching the action that is happening up towards the front here, right here, battle for the race lead, just kind of give you an update from that last caution. Pole sitter Matthew Welzenbach is currently in 18th. He did take a fast repair, so they got his truck all fixed up and he's ready to go. Jacob Bell is actually in the back of the pack, further back in 27th position, and I do believe he also took a fast repair. Now, you do have an option whether to take those fast repairs or not. That will help repair your truck a lot quicker. Sometimes you can leave a little damage on there, and we do got trouble in the back of the pack. Number 65 machine is around. Caution is out.
Well, we are going to go to our direct broadcast and replay. We are going to focus on the 65 of Marty Ray to see if we can see exactly what happened there, Tanner. As we rewind it, focusing on the 65 of Marty Ray, it looks like he shot like a cannon up. Let's try it from a different view here from the blimp. Following the 65 there, he was being pushed by the 15. Oh, he got turned up into the outside. That is going to collect the 18 of Ty Gibbs as well. But a few other cars were able to get around him. Oh, and the 13 of Ryan Daniels there at the end had nowhere to go. But that is definitely going to shake his field up.
Yeah, tremendous impact right there. As once again, this is about the third time tonight here at Daytona we've seen somebody push on the right rear quarter panel or on the left rear quarter panel, and it just sends a guy spinning. And this is the result of the accident. You said Ty Gibbs is involved in this accident here. Looked like the 65 machine tried getting there, turned around and woed up, but he actually got hit and turned on his roof. Wonder who annihilated him there. Oh, the 17 truck did. That 17 truck would be Ryan Daniels.
That's actually going to be the 13 truck there, Tanner. Ryan Daniels couldn't get slowed down enough. The 65 was right in front of him. He gave him a belt and put the 65 on his roof.
Now, I do believe, you have to correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, we have seen a number of fast repairs. How many fast repairs do these drivers get for the evening tonight?
I do believe it's only one. They only have one backup vehicle here tonight.
Right. Okay. Pit road is open this time by. We do got a handful of drivers that are going to come down pit road. Let's try to see who can capture down pit road here. Tommy Esme is down pit road. Don Kidder is going to be on pit road. Vern Bradley, Garrett Robinson, Chris Voiles, all down pit road. Now, Ken Ladd, it's been 24 laps, including caution flags, since he's visited pit road. And that's actually a good thing because that he's staying out, because it's helping him keep track position, as majority of the field actually is pitting. Drivers who do not pit, I'll name them off right here, is going to be Ken Ladd, James Peterson, Hunter McDaniel, Brent Kuehl, Chris Vollmer, Tom Wetmore, Taylor Gray, Matthew Welzenbach, and I believe that is it. Everybody else went down pit road. Favorite driver who I did not name, who I did not call, has more than likely pitted this caution. So 51 laps to go here in Daytona, 4 cautions for 18 laps. So we've had some green flag racing here and some caution flags. Now, Dave, your experience on iRacing, how, if you're drafting and you're pushing a guy, how would you want to be pushing him?
Well, definitely, Tanner, you want to be center, but you need to communicate with the guy behind you, because unfortunately with these new aero packages, if you are pushing the guy in front of you and the guy behind you comes up and gives you a push, there's a pretty good chance you're going to get sent flying either into the outside wall or into the grass.
Yeah, definitely. You just hit the nail on the head right there. Communication. Communication's always going to be key whenever you're doing restrictor plate racing like these guys are doing tonight. So you can, communicate back and forth on, hey, how do you want to be pushed? Stuff like that. And usually 3-car tandems don't usually work because with the package that these drivers have in the truck series that iRacing provides, if you're the driver in the middle and you're pushing a guy ahead of you and there's a driver pushing you, there's a very high chance you are going to get turned around or get really loose. So it's really hard to do a 3-car tandem here. You can do a 2-car tandem, but as we've seen, and that's the topic of tonight during this race, is do not push on the quarter panels on either side, left or right. You want to push them square on the bumper.
Yeah, some drivers out there, though, they don't really like getting that bump there in the corner, even if they are out in the lead. You get a hard enough bump, it kind of gets your back end up off the ground there, which gives you a chance of getting spun around. But in my experience there, Tanner, it don't bother me. I just kind of keep holding my line, and I usually just take the bump if they want to bump me in the corner. But as you said, you definitely don't want to be the guy in the middle of a 3-car tandem.
Top 9 drivers have stayed out under this caution. I will name off those drivers that have stayed out. Once again, Ken Ladd, James Peterson, Hunter McDaniel, Brent Kuehl, Chris Vollmer, Tom Wetmore, Tyler Gray, Matthew Walzenbach, your pole sitter, Chris Gibu, and those are the top 9 drivers that have stayed out under this caution. Brent Kuehl on back all the way to 9th actually have fresher tires than what the top 3 drivers do by about 10 laps or so. Actually, 8 laps, excuse me. And actually, Ken Ladd, it's been 26 laps since he's last visited pit road. 1 to green right now. Garrett Robinson on back is fresher tires and fuel and all that good stuff on their trucks. So we'll see how all this strategy plays out. So far, Ken Ladd is actually in a good strategy position. And this time around, guess what? He decided to take the inside row after the result of the last time by. He did get the lead back, though, but he did lose the lead for a few minutes there when they went green last time by. So Ken Ladd's going to try to take him green once again. He's going to have the 57 machine of Hunter McDaniel pushing him. And behind Hunter McDaniel is going to be the 48 of Curtis Vollmer. On the outside row, you're going to have James Peterson. In 4th place, you're going to have Brent Kuehl and Tom Wetmore, all pushing on the outside row. Coming into turn 3 this time by, pace car lights are off. These guys are ready to go green. We're going to unleash these bad boys once again. Matthew Walzenbach, your pole sitter of the evening, is currently in 8th place. He's back on up there. I believe that incident, last caution, helped him gain some track position. Now, a little update here. Ty Gibbs is also out there on the racetrack. He was involved in that last caution. He's going to be in the 16th spot. Trying to see who else was involved with that caution. But they're all towards about about 15th on back. Green flag, we're back racing here in Daytona. Ken Ladd on the bottom, number 58. James Peterson on the high side. He's trying to keep it the race leader. He's going to need Brent Kuehl to really give him a nice shove and a push down in turn number 1. Let's see what all unfolds right here, side by side. Once again, just like how he dropped the green flag side by side. Tom Wetmore in the back is going to hop down towards the inside row. Guess what? The outside row is not strong enough. Not enough cars, not enough drafting hill. And James Peterson's going to do a little side drafting, try to slow that momentum down, but I don't think it's going to work. They are pushing awfully strong, and they are literally doing a 3-car tandem on that low side of the racetrack, and it's actually working. Just don't push on either side. Push them just square, nice and easy, as Ken Ladd is all clear all around. No pressure on the high side just yet, as he's coming around to lead another lap here in Daytona. Well, that outside line is trying to get a good run, but it's not working. So back goes James Peterson and Brent Kuehl in the number 4 machine. The number 14 machine, I believe, might be a teammate. They look like they got the same car numbers. It's all yellow on the side of their trucks there. That's Vern Bradley. He wants to jump out to the outside row. And Tom Wetmore around in the number 6. We got trouble entering turn number 3. No caution just yet. What? No, I wonder what happened here. There looked like there was some pushing gone wrong here, Dave. Looked like Tom Wetmore seen something, kind of popped out just below the yellow line and got clipped in the right rear quarter panel by the 29 of Matthew Walzenbach, and that sent these guys around into the grass area. No caution flag. We are remaining green here in Daytona. Oh man, that hopefully those guys can capture a caution flag to get caught right back up and ready to go. Tom did not hit anything, by the way, and neither did any other driver. They just slid through the grass, entering 3. A new leader, Brent Kuehl, Vern Bradley, sitting 1-2 right now. They get clear of James Peterson, and they are out front out of turn number 4. Oh, and Bradley goes to the high side. Number 14. I think he led that lap. He did. He led that lap. Wow, that's a good power move towards the outside line, getting a nice punt and a push from the 48 machine of Curtis Vollmer. Curtis Vollmer did not get clear of Brent Kuehl, so he was not able to drop down. But look at this blocking. This is some nice defensive mode right here. Oh, we might be going 3 wide for the race lead. Down the back stretch. The Daytona super stretch. The 14 car's in trouble. No drafting help. Clowns to the left of me and jokers to my right. Here I am stuck in the middle. I'm beating and banging. I'm trading paint. Now I'm getting help. Looked like he was going to get help there. Now he ain't going to get help now. Still trying to beg for some help right here. It looks like Curtis is actually going to back off in that 48 machine to let him in line. So that got a little dicey for the race lead. There is some intense 3 wide racing in the back of the pack here. I'm trying to figure out who's all back here. I'll point out the names here just a second. It was 3 wide racing where Jacob Bell was at. Got intense for a moment. Those guys are strung out and ready to go, but nonetheless, all the action is really up towards the front here. Brent Kuehl is out front, getting a push from Peterson. Bradley on the high side, Vollmer on the high side. Welzenbach is on the high side. 3 trucks on that outside trying to work that higher line of the racetrack. Dave, we're seeing some exciting stuff here in Daytona.
Well, that's plate track for you here. We are taking a look at the 6 of Tom Wetmore. He has got a little battle going on here in the back of the field, for the 24th position with the 15 of Taylor Gray. But they are back in line here, so they are trying to work together to get back up into the lead pack, but they have a good gap. So they are hoping on a caution to be able to get caught back up.
Yeah, they're really going to hope they need a caution flag. And right now, the way it's been looking all race long, they might get that caution flag, Dave. But as of right now, we're not under caution just yet. We're still green flag racing. And if I'm not mistaken, so far this is the longest green flag racing of the night. Battle for the race lead up front again.
Yep, we got the 14 of Vern Bradley being pushed by Curtis Vollmer with Matthew Walzenbach on the outside, but they are only 3 trucks deep. They have I've read about 8 to 10 trucks that are on that bottom lane, but they are holding their own on the outside.
Holding their own on the outside, indeed, with 3 trucks out there. That's Walzenbach, your pole sitter, back up towards the front right here, riding in line. They might get some additional help because here comes a 75 machine back there. That 75 is, trying to find his name here on my list, Rusty Farrell. Getting a nice punt and a push from the 12 machine of Damian Crump. Now they're coming, and now the race leaders are coming up on some lap traffic here. They're going to go split them 3 wide. Very narrow Daytona is, 3 wide. Coming on through. As those drivers, that is the drivers of the 39 truck. That is Zachary Kreezer and Ryan Daniels. Those drivers are 1 lap down. They are currently racing the 87 machine of Vernon Marginham for the lucky dog spot position. So up front, Vern Bradley, your race leader, still side by side for the race lead, still trying to get that race lead on the outside line. Now they do have additional help up there, as Vern is leading the way. You do have the 48 machine of Valmer up there, who's pretty much been up there all night long, has not really been involved in an incident. Matthew Walzenbach was involved in an incident, but he used a fast repair, pretty much a backup vehicle, to get back on out there. And up there on that high side is the 75 machine of Rusty Farrell. 12 machine, Damian Crump. The 03 machine of Don Kidder. All working that high side line. As, we got a 3 wide for that race lead. Look at this, 3 wide through the tri-oval at Daytona. Curtis making an aggressive move. He did lead that lap, and they're going to lead Vern out the dry. That ain't good. Still 3 wide.
Tanner, I just noticed something interesting. We have the 58 machine of James Peterson up here, as he is the second truck there on that bottom lane behind the 4 of Brent Gould. But taking a look here, he has 28 laps since his last pit, while Curtis Farmer, Brent Gould, Matthew Walzenbach has 20, but Vern Bradley's only got 13 laps since his last pit stop.
Yeah, these guys could be. I think the pit window is not open for those guys just yet. With a 12 I believe 1 gallon of fuel in these trucks that these guys have in these things. So it's not going to be just yet, but you can save a little gas if you're drafting with somebody. So you can run about maybe 3/4 throttle, or maybe half throttle behind somebody, and then that you can just get sucked right up to the back bumper thanks to the draft. Now there is a driver that I do want. Who was the driver? Ken Ladd. Look at this, Dave. It's been 37 laps, including caution flags, for Ken Ladd that he's been out there on the racetrack. Ken Ladd was actually the race leader on that last restart that we just had, and he is all the way backed up into the 13th position, tail end of this lead pack.
Yeah, he's going to have to come down pit road here before too long, Tanner. I mean, there's only so much fuel you can save, but as you said, Ken Ladd's got 38 laps on his tires. The thing is he going to have anybody come down on pit road with him if we stay green and green flag pit stops? Is he going to have anybody willing to come down on pit road with him to help him?
He's going to have to get on the radio and start doing some communication saying, hey, can anybody, come down pit road with me, or, something along those lines. He's going to have to go out there and make some friends right now. That's what Ken Ladd is going to have to do. Marty Ray is actually being passed right now. Another lap down. Marty Ray is currently 10, actually now 11 laps down. Curtis Fulmer is your race leader in that 48 machine, the 48 Lowe's truck, I do believe he edged out the 75 machine of Rusty Farrell there, as Rusty Farrell wants the race lead for the first time today here in Daytona. He's going to try to go get him, son, as he's being drafted by the number 12 machine of Damian Crump. And Damian Crump has actually seen some trouble tonight, but he's up there running with the race leaders and doing a very good job at doing it right now.
Well, since we were talking about it, Tanner, Ken Ladd did have somebody go down on pit road with him. He had the 57 of Hunter McDaniel go down on pit road with him, so it looked like he had right about 39 laps and before he had to pit. So it looks like these guys can probably get, and as we got the 58 of James Peterson now making his way down onto pit road for some green flag, but he is going to be a sole man on pit road right now.
Oh, Ken Ladd spins it on the apron of the racetrack. Don't spin it on the racetrack. He actually used too much power on the apron, and the truck got around him, as the race leaders are going to go by him. No yellow flag, since it was off the racing surface and did not bother the race leaders or anything like that, not in anybody's way. So we remain green, and Ken Ladd, that pit strategy did not pay off very good for him by staying out. So you mentioned 39 laps, Dave. Looks like my calculations were pretty much about correct. I did say at the top of the show during pre-race about 35 to 40 laps on a tank of fuel.
Yeah, most definitely here. So, looks like our front three, Damian Crump, Rusty Farrell, Tyler Davis, has only got 18 laps. So they probably got about another 20 laps they could run. Meanwhile, Curtis Ballmer, Matthew Walzenbach are sitting right about 25 laps. So they probably got about another 14 laps before they will have to come in for a green flag pit stop.
Top 11 drivers are less than a second from each other, but I have a feeling Brent Kuehl might lose the draft from those drivers, because Brent Kuehl is at the tail end of the lead pack here, and he was running up towards the front, but he's backed up, and now hoping to get some drafting help from that 81 machine just ahead of him. That is Travis Pryor, who's actually in the 10th position. So all these guys trying to keep up with the draft here. These three drivers are trying to keep with that draft. That's going to be led by Hunter McDaniel, who is actually currently 1 lap down with a clean truck. So those drivers are trying to keep up. There is another pack of drivers that is single file here, Dave. Let's go to him right now. That is Michael Knight in 12th position. He's got a good group of drivers all behind him. That is Jacob Bell is one of them in that group. The 64 machine. The 64 machine there. Michael Knight, Jacob Bell, Scott Mitten, Tommy Esme, Adam Eisenhower, David Elliott. Chris Gibby is actually, according to this, is my thing's all messed up here, but these guys are all running in the lead pack. The 87 machine at the tail end there. So these guys are all pretty much sticking together, working together, staying on the same pit strategy cycle.
Yeah, taking a look, we have only 22 trucks on the lead lap, as we have already started seeing some green flag pit stops. Is our leaders, the 12 of Damian Crump, the 75 of Rusty Farrell is currently leading, but they are coming up on some slower cars there, as they are coming up on the 11 machine of Ken Ladd. They are going to take him 3 wide, but get around him there, but looks like the 7 machine of Brian Wasserman is also going to get out of the way. Are these guys going to be able to pick up the draft and hang with this lead pack?
Yeah, it's hard to pick up when you're getting off the pit road, and especially if you have too much damage. It's going to be really hard to keep up with the lead pack, because this track's so aerodynamic sensitive. It's crazy. Damian Crump challenging for the race lead on Rusty Farrell there on that high side. Trying to look to see if these guys will be probably visiting pit road sometime soon. We got a few laps yet until maybe we would see some of the leaders down pit road. Just kind of also, pretty much everybody. It will be a little while yet until we see people down pit road. How about an update on some drivers that were kind of involved with some incidents here tonight? With that being said, I do believe Chris Thorman is actually one of them. He is actually getting drafting help from the 5 machine of Gary Wolbolt. Taylor Gray is about 40 seconds back. He's getting drafting help from Tom Wetmore. Those drivers are in 21st and 22nd, respectfully. And those are the drivers are next in line to go a lap down if the leaders catch them. First car 1 lap down is Hunter McDaniel, who's at the tail end of the lead pack up here, the 57 machine. So if a caution does come out, they're gonna want to go down pit. He's gonna get the free pass, lucky dog. James Peterson is also he has pitted, and he's actually getting drafting help from the 11 machine of Ken Ladd. Ken Ladd is currently 3 laps down. So quite a few drivers I have seen trouble tonight. Ryan Daniels is 3 laps down. Zachary Kreezer is still on track, has damage, 7 laps down. So is Marty Ray, 12 laps down. And out of the race is Nathan Shiflett.
Well, Tanner, I just noticed something. We are 29 laps to go, which means when these guys pit, it will be the last time these guys need to pit. So they are in that pit window to make it the remainder of the race.
Yeah, definitely. And so this will be their final pit stop. And this is going to be, and when they do pit, Dave, That's their money pit stop. It's got to count. I do see some blinking up towards the front. It is Ty Gibbs up towards the front there. He has blinked from time to time. Nothing that should really be bothering the drivers, I don't think. If anything, anybody that's might bother, it might be that 14 machine, Vern Bradley. So these drivers could be looking at the fuel window here soon. Try to get on that radio, say, hey, man, you want to pit with me? Do you want to pit with me? Communication could be going.
Yeah, it's a good job there by Ty Gibbs running in the 4th spot.
Caution is out, and we do have drivers on pit road that actually made it to pit road. Caution is out, though. Trying to figure out where this caution flag ended up. Do you see anything, Dave?
No, I'm not seeing anything at the moment.
Well, folks, if we do find out what the reason for this caution flag is at the moment, we will surely bring it to you, trying to figure out, because everybody was just pretty much all over the racetrack here. Kind of hard to keep up where a lot of the drivers are. Now, I know a bunch of drivers went to pit road. Oh, it happened at the entrance of pit road, actually. The number 15 of Taylor Gray. He was actually on the apron of the racetrack really slow for some reason. He was actually on the apron of the racetrack through turn 4, trying to get down pit road. He was starting to wear down, and there's drivers coming onto pit road, and he got punted by the number 43 machine. That 43 machine is Tyler Davis. So that was a head-on collision to the back bumper that really damaged the nose of Tyler Davis. And it shot the 15 machine of Taylor Gray up onto the racetrack, which brings out our caution of the evening.
Yeah, it's also going to collect the 58 of James Peterson, who went for a ride over the safer barrier and into the crowd as he made contact with the 15.
Yeah, that was tremendous impact. That really shoved the 18 towards the racetrack. There could have been some communication right there. Hey, I'm pitting right here, and or you can get it up here. So, but pit road should be open this time by Damian Crump is going to be leading the field down pit road. 48 machine pitted last time by. Black flag was given because to Matthew Walzenbach because he was committed to pit road when the caution flew, and when the caution flies, iRacing closes pit road, so he did not make the line in time even though he was committed. So the black flag was clear for that. Chris Gibu was given an EOL penalty as race leaders are down pit road and they're coming to collect 4 fresh tires. Nope, Damian Crump's going to collect 2 tires and fill that thing with fuel, and he is away. Damian Crump, your winner off pit road.
I tell you, the 6 of Tom Wetmore definitely benefited from that, as he was the next car to go a lap down as the leaders were barreling down on him. But he is able to stay on the lead lap. Right now, we currently have 22 trucks on the lead lap as these guys are making their way off of pit road.
Yes, sir. Tom Wetmore, that caution really helped him. He was on in the danger zone of going a lap down, but he did not go a lap down. He is on the lead lap. He's on pit road getting 4 fresh tires. He's your Season 7 championship winner in the Truck Series, and he is away. So hopefully you can get back into this thing and race it to the end, because guess what? Everybody can make it to the end.
Yeah, so we are going to have, let's see, right now we're at 25 laps to go. Looks like we're going to get about a 23-lap shootout here for the checkered, Tanner.
It's going to be a huge old shootout, and guess what? The aggression is going to pick up. Guarantee you these guys are going to be fighting for position, and when the aggression gets picked up, the intensity of the racing gets picked up, everybody gets aggressive, we could see some more wrecks tonight. So we have not seen the last of our caution flags. Let's see if the pace. Oh, go ahead.
We're going to take a look here at our race report so far. 6 cautions tonight. Damian Crump is our leader. We have had 22 lead changes, taking a look at my stat here right now, our fastest lap of the race was a 45.746, and that was actually put down by the 11 of Ken Ladd.
Tremendous lap times, especially during a race when you're in the draft, on how fast you're going in these trucks. 45 seconds. That's over 200 miles an hour right there.
Yeah, most definitely, but that's how the draft works. For anybody that's never been able to hear, just taking a look here with the draft, the way it works, the more trucks you have in the draft, the faster you're going to go. However, the further you're back in that draft, the faster you're going to go compared to everybody else, because that wind is going to hit that first truck. It's going to slow it down. The second truck is not going to have as much wind, but so if you're running third or fourth in the line of that draft, technically you're going to run faster than that leader.
Absolutely. You hit the nail right in the head there, Dave. So that is now I'm already intensified of what you just said, because now I'm ready to go. So let's see. I think we should be able to go get the 1 to green this time by. I would say take a commercial break, but since you people at home watching here on the Dre Broadcast Network, feel free to go get something to drink. We're going to get the 1 to go signal this time by. Unless she's bad boys once again, grab your snacks, grab your soda, and if there's a crash, don't spill anything. Because this is ExtremeMotorsports99.com Camping World Truck Series at its finest on restrictor plate racing. Let's see if the pace car lights do go off right here. They should go off. And they do. And head of that pace car there, Curtis Valmore, who actually pitted when the caution flag was out. He was on pit road. Is going to get a wave around here. So he's going to be tail end Charlie once they drop the green flag. So very unfortunate for Curtis there, staying up in the top 5 all night. Ken Ladd is 2 laps down, getting a wave around, and Zachary Kreezer is 6 laps down, getting another wave around. So those drivers will be about 6 laps down. Or that driver, Zachary, is 6 laps down. And Ladd 2, and just on the tail end of the lead lap is Curtis Valmer. All right, Dave, here we go. These drivers on the backstretch ready to go. Let's, before we go green here, I'm going to ask you a question. If you're a driver towards the back of the pack, for example, Tom Wetmore, who was involved in an incident, but got saved by the caution flag. If you were Tom Wetmore, what would you do to get up towards the front?
Well, definitely want to get to the outside lane. That is the fastest lane so far here tonight. But you want to pick your battles. You want to try to move up, gain a position, maybe jump back down there. You just kind of got to keep your eyes open, but you want to drive clean. You want to make sure you're clear before you switch lanes. I'm not sure, Tanner. I mean, you have split second to decide.
You do, and you can't second guess really. So, with that being said, Damon Crump is your race leader on the inside row. Green flag. We are back racing here at Daytona, and the clock for the checkered flag is getting louder because we have 22 laps to go, and you don't have to pit anymore, so it is time to go. And the drivers up towards the front, like the 14 of Vern Bradley and Damian Crump, those drivers are going to try to protect their position as the best as they can to their ability out there on the racetrack. Side by side, entering turn number 3, I do see Ty Gibbs in this mixed pack. He doesn't know what he wants to do, whether to take the outside lane or the inside lane, and he's committed to the inside lane. Now, I did say you can't second guess, but I was wrong right there. He did second guess himself on whether to go outside or the inside. As sometimes as Darrell Waltrip would say, you can guess, you can second guess, but you can't third guess.
Yeah, these guys are doing 190 plus mile an hour around this track. You don't get that much time to think. If you see the hole, you got a split second to decide to take it or hold back. But looking back there, just like that example.
03, man. The 03 car just disappeared. That's Don Kidder. Disappeared big time there. Almost crashed. He's actually okay, and we got the 97 car loose. The 97 loose on the backstretch through the infield. No caution.
Let's pull up the Dre broadcasting replay and focus on that 97 to see if we can see exactly what got him loose there. As he got loose, he did make contact with, looked like the 77 of Jacob Bell, but Jacob Bell was able to, that car truck broke loose. I'm not sure exactly what caused that.
Very odd that it would do that in the middle of a back straightaway. He may have cranked the wheel a little too hard to the right. That just allowed that truck to go out of place, and Jacob Bell did get damage from that. Caution is on the speedway. It is the 05 of Tommy Ismay on the racetrack. And this is down in turn number 3, I believe. Adam Eisenhower is involved. I believe everybody gets unscathed.
Well, we're going to pull up our Dre broadcast and replay here. Take a look, focusing on the Tommy Amassi there as he was... Oh, it looked like he just kind of got pushed, bumped wrong, sent up into the outside there, hit the wall, and quite a few trucks were involved. 58 of James Peterson I see in there. A few other trucks. Oh, that is going to shake up his next restart there, Tanner.
This is the weirdest part I've ever seen, but just let's check this out, Dave, on this replay here. Look ahead, just ahead of this accident. That 03 car is inside of another truck. Some kind of connection issue is going on. He's inside Travis Pryor. And he's trying to get out of it. He has been blinking, but yes, the 86. I think he's seen. Oh, he got turned by Wetmore. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he got turned. He got bumped the wrong way. Somehow it just shot him towards the right, annihilated Tommy to the outside wall. Tommy tried getting below the yellow line, getting out of Dodge.
Now the question is, Tanner, are we going to see any of the front runners come down pit road, or are we going to see everybody stay out? I think they're going to stay out as they're coming up on the entrance of pit road. Nope, they are going to stay out, but we do see the...
Ty Gibbs?
Fake out.
Fake out, yep, fake out indeed. Chris, the 64 machine. First driver on pit road. That's 13th. 13th on back is down pit road.
Now, taking a look at my stats here, Tanner, it looks like our biggest mover of the night is that 18 of Ty Gibbs. He started in 28th, currently running in 7th. He has gained 21 positions here tonight, and he is in a pretty good spot here with just 18 laps remaining.
Ty Gibbs, biggest mover on the speedway. I'm gonna go on the limb right now. As long as he doesn't crash out, we'll wait till the checkered flag. But as of right now, I'm going to give him the Hard Charger Award. So now there has been some blinking issues with the number 03 machine up here. That's Don Kidder Jr. And also Tom Wetmore and Ty Gibbs have been blinking in and out. So hopefully their connection stabilizes here tonight. Usually those drivers have some pretty good internet connections, so something's going on that's causing those drivers to blink. But the biggest blinker up there is, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing, is Don Kidder Jr. His connection seems to have stabilized right now. Looking at everybody's connection, Garrett Robinson's actually the highest on a bad connection issue right now. We'll have to keep an eye on all those connection issues, but although it is Damian Crump up towards the front, pit road was open last time by, and we did see a Lucky Dog award. That was Chris Gibu received the Lucky Dog.
Yep, that's going to put us 20 trucks on the lead lap here, as we are now coming to 17 laps remaining here in the season kickoff for the Extreme Motorsports 99.com NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Guys, if you definitely want to check out this league, go to Extreme Motorsports 99.com. Just leave out the E in Extreme. It's XTREME Motorsports 99.com.
Pace car lights are still remained on here in Daytona. So before we take you to the closing stages of this race with 17 laps to go currently, let's take a quick commercial break here on the Dre Broadcasting Network. Welcome to Daytona International Speedway here on the Dre Broadcasting Network. Tanner Sharp in the booth tonight, filling in for Sean Zulu. Alongside me, that's been doing all the camera works and these lovely replays that we've been having tonight is David Everly, as we are about to go green flag racing with about 15 laps to go here. Yeah, we're going to take 15 laps to go is when they will take the green flag, 16 to go currently right now. It is Damian Crump out towards the front. Vern Bradley is in second place. Chris Voiles is in third. Travis Pryor in fourth. Don Kidder Jr. in fifth. Rusty Farrell is in sixth. Ty Gibbs in seventh. Gary Wolbolt in eighth. Brent Kuehl is in ninth. Hunter McDaniel rounding out your top 10. As I wonder how Vern got back up towards the front. He does have some left rear spoiler damage, but it's not really affecting him. So we're going to take the green flag this time by here. Damian and Vern are going to be on defense mode, trying to protect their position, while Vern is going to try to take the lead while being defensive. Try to figure that one out. So here they go through turn 3 and 4. Now, there's a couple drivers that were involved in that incident, too. Jacob Bell, who actually collided with that driver that spun down in turn 3 earlier. He's backed up into the 15th position. Something happened to Tom Wetmore. He's backed up into the 19th position. Here we go. Green flag. We are back racing here in Daytona. 15 laps to go. Who's going to get victory number 1 of Season 8? Crump and Bradley, side by side, entering turn number 1. Looks like Crump's going to get the momentum on towards the inside. That is the number 28 machine of Chris Voiles, excuse me. On the inside, pushing Crump. The 03 machine of Don Kidder. Oh, slicing and dicing, and actually lost a little momentum on the inside row. Vern Bradley getting a punt and push on the outside row. Oh, and almost got in the 81 machine, almost gets clipped by Crump there. That 81 machine is Travis Pryor. Vern had to do what he had to do to try to get that inside row to secure the first spot, and he's on point. Now, not so much help on the high side of the racetrack. Travis Pryor leading that way around. He's being pushed by the 75 machine of Rusty Farrell. Doing a little side drafting in the middle of the corners. Got to be careful doing that as well. Don't want to create any kind of possible net code. In the back, though, further back, Brent Kuehl trying to work that high side. Trying to get a little drafting help from the 75 machine up there of Rusty Farrell. Ty Gibbs is running on the inside there. Crump goes towards the high side. Oh, man. Oh, they make contact. Contact between Vern and Damian. Damian slow on the high side of the racetrack here, as Damian's going to go back. Hopefully he can get back in line as Vern Bradley leads another lap. There is not really any serious damage on the right rear quarter panel of Vern Bradley's truck. But that 28 machine, Chris Voiles hopped to the outside, and now he's going to fall back in line, and he's going to try to collect the 81 machine of Travis Pryor. The top 4 drivers are currently single file. The first side-by-side battles between the 64 machine. I don't know where he came from. That is Michael Knight. We haven't seen him up towards the front all night long. They're going to get clear.
And look who's right behind him, the 77 of Jacob
Look
Bell.
at that. Where did Jacob come from?
I don't know, but he is currently running into 6th position. He's got the 81 of Travis Pryor jumping down behind him there on the outside, or from the outside to the inside there. But looks like that outside line's trying to get a run. Looks like we have about 6 trucks back here, but they just can't get hooked up to try to make a run to the front.
Yeah, that outside line for the first time tonight is really going away, and nobody's hopping on up there to help out at all. 12 laps to go at the start-finish time. Last time by, they're going to come and take 11 to go here. And it is all single-file racing for pretty much the first 8 trucks. First side-by-side battle is between Hunter McDaniel and the 57 machine. He's back there in 9th place, battling side-by-side with the 28 of Chris Voiles. So, Dave, tell you what, would you rather be leading the race on the white flag lap or at least in 2nd place on back?
It just depends. 2nd or 3rd, if I got somebody behind me willing to push me, I wouldn't mind being sitting in the 3rd position. Once the white flag goes, as long as they're willing to go up with me and try to make a run against the front 2 guys.
That 28 machine's got trouble the 64 machine around. That is Michael Knight. Mayhem at Daytona on the backstretch, and the caution will wave here. I just wonder what really happened here. Was this the form of being bumped from behind, or was this the form of side drafting?
Well, let's take a look at the replay here. The 28 was side drafting him. Oh, it looks like he may have came up a little bit into the 28.
Too close.
Yep, just got too close, but I tell you what, a lot of them trucks were able to get around. It could have been a lot worse. As we see the 29 of Walzenbach can't get stopped and smack the 64, but this is going to shake it up as we are now 10 laps to go.
Oh, man, Curtis Vollmer, oh, man, just got clipped. Bunch of drivers getting through this wreck on the backstretch here in Daytona. 75 machine. Rusty Farrell just squeaked by. So did the 81 machine of Travis Pryor. Wow, there's a Budweiser truck here in the field tonight, and he just squeaked by. That is Gary Wolbolt. 13 machine just squeaked by as well. That is Ryan Daniels. I do believe Tom Wetmore got through this incident as well. Yes, he did. Well, folks, I wasn't lying when I said the intensity is going to pick up here in the closing stages, and that was about 22 laps to go. And we've already seen 2 cautions since then. We are currently on our 7th caution of the evening. 10 laps to go. We're coming to collect 9 laps to go this time by here in Daytona. Drivers on pit road right now at the 48 machine. Curtis Vollmer is one of them. The 5 machine. That is Gary Wolbolt is also another driver on pit road.
Well, taking a look at our race report here as we are under 10 to go. 8 cautions, 23 lead changes, being led right now currently by the 14 of Vern Bradley. Don Kidder Jr. second. Ty Gibbs has moved up into the top 5 into 3rd. Brent Cool 4th. Jacob Bell 5th. Rusty Farrell 6th. Travis Pryor now running in 7th. Tom Wetmore, after starting that last restart in the back of the field, worked his way up into 8th. Scott Mitten, who we haven't talked much about tonight, currently running 9th. And in 10th, the 24 of Chris Gubu, who got the lucky dog the last caution, has made his way up into the top 10.
It has worked out for Ty Gibbs here tonight in Daytona, up there in that third spot. So a great showing for Ty Gibbs here after starting 28th. And actually, the top three drivers have started 20th or worse. Vern Bradley 21st, Don Kidder Jr. in 20th, Ty Gibbs 28th. So those three drivers are doing a great showing here tonight in Daytona.
Well, even a little further back, the 71 of Chris Thorman, who started in 31st, or let's see here. He started in, I lost my train of thought there. Started in 30th position up into 14th. The 33 of Vern Margheim starting 29th up into the 16th. So, I mean, these drivers, even Scott Mitten, the 50, starting 31st, now running inside the top 10 in number 9 position.
Great showing by them guys here tonight in Daytona, especially because, I mean, a lot can happen on a track like this. So that's awesome showing from them guys. I just feel bad for that 48 machine. He was running up towards their front all evening. He still has a pretty much a good shot winning it. He did take a fast repair under this caution. Actually, he did not. He actually just got hit in the right rear quarter panel. That just sent him around, but he's still in contention on a possible win. But he's got some traffic to work through. He's sitting in the 11th spot right now, so we'll see how this all works out for Curtis Vollmer. See if he can at least get a top 10 finish this evening. Well, with that being said, folks, here in Daytona, we're not going to a non-restrictor plate racetrack next week, which is Tuesday, May 23rd, same time, same place, for 111 laps at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. So catch extrememotorsports.99.com Camping World Truck Series at Atlanta next week. And as Dave mentioned, if you're interested in joining this league, in my opinion, it is one of the greatest NASCAR leagues that is out there. Great website to go on too. That is www.extrememotorsports99.com.
Yeah, most definitely here. This is we've had the pleasure of broadcasting the Truck Series last season. It was exciting. You can definitely go to our YouTube page. Just go to YouTube and search for Dre Broadcasting Network. All of our races are on there. You can watch some of the races from last season. These guys put on a good show, as they are putting on a great show here tonight at Daytona for the Season 8 opener.
Absolutely, and I'm sure some drivers here tonight here in Daytona would love to pack up and go home and wait till next week to go to the Atlanta Motor Speedway, where there's more of a handling into a race car than here at Daytona. Since Daytona here tonight, we are on the repaved Daytona, not the old pavement. This is a repaved version of Daytona, so tire wear isn't really that much of a factor in cool temperatures on a nighttime setting like this. But next week we do go to the Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's really bumpy, and the trucks can you go through them bumps, they can snap loose on you. So be sure to catch Atlanta next week on the Dre Broadcasting Network. Pace car lights are off here in Daytona. They're going down the backstretch here. Vern Bradley, who made contact with Damian Crump there, is going to be your race leader. When we take the green flag, it's going to be about 6 laps to go. And Dave, and folks, and Dave, you probably know this too, but folks that don't know this, we have seen this will be our last restart of the night. Now you're asking, why is that? Well, that's because iRacing does not have green-white checkers, and we're coming to take 6 laps to go here in Daytona. So anything usually with 5 laps to go, the race usually ends under caution flag.
Yeah, most definitely, as the pace car is now bringing them out of turn number 4. We are set to go green flag racing for the last time here at Daytona. We are being led by the 14 of Vern Bradley, the 03 of Don Kidder on the outside. They put the pedal to the metal as they are coming down. Looks like the 03 of Don Kidder gets a little loose there, but they keep it going as Vern Bradley gets a good push. He is starting to block here with just 6 laps remaining.
Boy, I questioned about Vern getting a big jump like that, but actually that paid dividends because the 03 machine, Don Kidder Jr. lost a spot. 75 machine made contact with Jacob Bell, trying to do a little side job and draft there. And that 75 machine, that was Rusty Farrell. Oh, big accident on the backstretch. Drivers getting into each other. Caution flags is out, and I believe that might end the race. Wow. That was a number 4 machine of Brent Kuhl. Not so cool after doing a flip like that.
Yeah, as we take a look here, it looks like the 03 of Don Kidder kind of got into him, trying to side draft, set him up as he went flying through the air here as we are watching this on the Dre Broadcasting replay. As we see Don Kidder get down into the 6 of Tom Wetmore. He is down through the grass as well. That is going to freeze the field here. Looks like Vern Bradley is going to be our current race leader as we wait to see if we are going to be able to go back green flag racing here tonight.
Boy, I tell you what, the 75 machine, Rusty Farrell, just went underneath Brent Kuhl. Another driver that went right underneath Brent Kuhl was Travis Pryor. Went right underneath him. No contact to the truck. Tom Wetmore, as you said, Dave, is involved. Heavy damage to a lot of trucks here tonight. Some drivers are going to have to take a tow down to pit road.
Well, Tanner, I mean, unfortunately, it's a nature of the beast here at Daytona. It is plate track racing, so we're just waiting to see if we are going to see any, at least a 2-lap shootout here, as it was lap 6 when the caution flew with 6 laps to go, as they are now coming across the start finish with 5 laps to go, now 4 laps to go as they cross the start finish line.
Now there's a slight chance we might go green this time, and pace car lights off might go off next time by. I don't think they will. We might. We'll just have to wait and see what the call is next time when they hit the start-finish line. But let's give out a Lucky Dog Award. That Lucky Dog Award, just going around the race leaders, was David Elliott. Congratulations to David Elliott on getting the Lucky Dog Award to get back on the lead lap. Hopefully we go green. Maybe he might pick up some more positions. But it is very borderline right now whether we are going to go green flag racing. If anything, Dave, the pace car lights are going to have to go off this time by to be some sort of a green-white checkered. Now, I did say that iRacing does not have a green-white checkered, but with the amount of laps that we have currently right now, we have 4 laps to go. If the pace car lights go off at the start-finish line, it would be 3 laps to go. Well, then when they take the green flag, it would be 2 to go. So a green, a white, a checkered. But the pace car lights have to go off this time by. I believe they can go off because with that nobody really pitted under this caution, except the drivers that had damage, but none of the leaders pitted.
Well, Tanner, we're about to find out if we are going to have a green-white checkered or if this race is going to end under yellow, as the pace car is now coming through the dogleg here at Daytona. We are going to keep focused on that pace car to see if them lights will shut off.
And pace car light. Dead gone. Pace car lights are going to remain turned on here in Daytona. That's an iRacing deal, not league officials or anything like that. I wish there was a control for league officials to control the pace car. That would be really cool. But we don't have that. We don't have anything like that here on iRacing. So pace car lights are going to remain turned on, and I do believe this race will end under caution. And if it does, nothing's official just yet because Vern Bradley still has to make 3 laps around this place. So Tom Wetmore did not. He tried getting back up towards the front, but he got involved in that last caution. Do you still think he would be a threat to win the championship this year, Dave?
Well, we did see him last season make a heck of a run there in the chase. As you said earlier at the start of the shootout here, he did win 3 of the 5. So he is fast. He's got the potential. The question is, as we see tonight, we got some fast drivers. We got some great drivers. So I'm not exactly sure what the amount of talent that they have here running in the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping World Truck Series. So we'll just have to wait for a couple more races to see how things start shaping up.
I am reading the chat here. Someone is saying a one-lap shootout. That is a possibility, but if the race officials do throw the yellow flag, if they do throw the yellow flag once pace car lights turn off, with that being said, that would end the race right there. But so we'll have to see the pace car lights turn on and see what the race officials say, if they're going to let this go green here.
Pace lights are off, Tanner.
Oh boy, and the race officials, race admins,
I think they're going to let it run. We are going to have a one-lap shootout.
Oh boy, folks. And you know what that means on a one-lap shootout? If you crash, you crash. There's going to be no more yellow flags. So that says a lot right there. I do understand in the chat here tonight that there's some people that wanted to interview a few drivers, wanted us to interview a few drivers. But sorry we did not get to them drivers here tonight, but I'm sure we will be happy to get to more drivers in the near future. So, a pace car is on the backstretch here in Daytona. Vern Bradley, Ty Gibbs, Jacob Bell, Rusty Farrell, Travis Pryor, your top 5. Curtis Vollmer, Chris Skibu, Damian Crump, Gary Wobold, and Vernon Margahelm is in the top 10. Who's going to go to victory lane tonight? Who's going to capture the first victory of the season? Carry that momentum into the Atlanta Motor Speedway? Ty Gibbs is ready. Vern Bradley's ready. And certainly everybody else behind them are ready. It's just a matter on when you're going to make your move to try to get up towards the front. Now, you got to understand there's pretty much 2 lanes here in Daytona. There can be 3 lanes, but that's going to take a lot of effort to hold a good line so you don't hit anybody. Here we go. Pace cars turn left. Vern Bradley. Green flag, we're back racing in Daytona. Bradley gets a little jump there as he is clear all around. Ty Gibbs trying to do a little slight side draft to try to catch up towards the race leader, move that air around just a little bit. Vern Bradley trying to determine what lane to block. He's going to go towards the inside row on entry of the corner. Ty Gibbs, hot spin line right there. It is now single file racing all up towards the front. There is side-by-side racing in the back, but never mind. We are focused on the race leader to see who's going to pull out to make a pass for the victory in Daytona. This is the white flag lap down in turn number 3. Vern Bradley, Jacob Bell, Ty Gibbs, and the 75 Rusty Farrell. Ty Gibbs wants to go. Nobody going with Ty. All saying towards the inside row. Ty Gibbs looking towards the inside. Jacob Bell, what is he going to do? To the line, and it's going to be Vern Bradley winning the first race in the Season 8 at Daytona. Unbelievable finish right there. Some good old racing, drivers trying to get underneath each other, and it did not pay off. Vern Bradley, Ty Gibbs, Jacob Bell, Rusty Farrell, Chris Vollmer out of nowhere all get a top 5 finish in the season opener at Daytona. Congratulations, fellas. Wow, that was a tremendous race. Thoughts about that, Dave?
Oh, that was just an exciting finish here tonight. So we are going to try to get some interviews with the top 3 as we are focusing on the 14 of Vern Bradley, who is doing his victory lap here tonight.
Certainly is here, Dave. We will be talking with the top 3. Those top 3 drivers, once again, is Vern Bradley, Ty Gibbs, and Jason Bell. So we do get to talk to Jason one more time here tonight in Daytona. Drivers going down pit road. Vern Bradley doing the burnouts, burning them down here in Daytona. So before we take an interview of everybody here, see if we can get our drivers lined up and ready to go for an interview. All right, let's talk to our third place driver here before we talk to our race leader here. Let's talk to Jacob Bell. Jacob Bell, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
And you had an intense night tonight. You were involved in some incidents. Took a couple fast repairs and climbed your way up towards the front. Had a shot at the win there, but it was just a matter of trying to find someone to go with you, and it just did not pay off. Tell me about that close finish there on the one-lap shootout.
Yeah, well, I mean, I knew I had to get a good restart there behind Bird, which I felt like I got a pretty good restart there. So I was able to follow him in line and got by the 18 through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. We all got single filed, and I knew on the back it was too early to make a move, so I waited till the exit of 4 to try something, and went up top. The 18 didn't go with me. I can't blame him. He's going for the win too, and just ended up finishing third. But I'm okay with it, man. I got to thank Line Design for all their support. These guys have really helped me out. Elliot Henderson Graphics, these guys putting together a paint scheme for me. Looks great. And also got to give a shout out to Excess Energy Drink and all these guys, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and you avoided a couple of incidents tonight. Were a couple of those incidents really scary that may have taken you out of the race, since the intensity of this race was pretty much all tense as a driver like yourself. Was pretty intense all night long, but up here in the booth, it looked like the intensity really cranked up in about the final 20 laps of the race. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, that's definitely accurate, because after the I think it was right around lap 40, I got together with about 6 other guys, and we decided we were going to hang back, so we created a second pack behind that lead pack. And during that long green flag run, we were just there running by the laps and giving each other room. Then once that caution came out with about 20 to go, the tensions definitely picked up, and we all talked to each other. We said, all right, it's go time. It's definitely the time we wanted to start making our charge to the front. Some of us made it there, some of us didn't, just by virtue of the crashes and the cautions. But, man, I'm happy to bring it home third. I couldn't ask for much more than that.
Absolutely. Now, are you a new driver to this series? Because I did not see your name on the Season 7 points standings.
Yeah, no, this is my first year running in the Extreme Motorsports 99.com series. I got a couple sponsors to run here with me, so without their support, I definitely wouldn't be here. Like I said, Line Design and Elliot Henderson Graphics. So, yeah, this is my first season. Ran K&N last night and running trucks tonight. Hopefully next year we'll be able to move up to the Xfinity cars and the Cup cars, but going for the championship, or at least the top 3, and that's where our goals are this year.
Wow, that's amazing. You run 2 plate races 2 days in a row, and plus you get in your first start in the truck series ever in this series, you get a nice 3rd place finish at Daytona. Congratulations.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for calling the race, and you guys did a great job, and talk to you guys later.
That is Jacob Bell, folks, who finished in the 3rd position tonight. Let's move 1 position up for Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs, do you have a copy?
Yes, what's up, man?
And you had an up and down evening all night long, and you get yourself a 2nd place finish. Congratulations on that, by the way. How in the world did you get yourself up into second place with all the mayhem going around?
I don't know, man. It was crazy. I'd like to thank Taylor Gray for helping me spot and do all the stuff he did, and Jogas Racing and TRD, and I made my way back up from getting crashed, and I used that last fast repair. I thought I was gonna have to use it again. It was a little scary, and so I made that last corner, or that last lap pass to go to the inside, and if he would have gotten high, I think I might have had it. So pretty good. Thanks to Vern and everybody at ExtremeMotorsports99.com for helping me out. Go check that out. It's awesome. It's so much fun.
Yeah, most definitely. And I tell you what, with all the stuff that you've been through tonight, man, how nervous were you? If you would have gotten wrecked out even harder than what you were you afraid to have to take a tow at sometimes?
Oh yeah, man, I was shaking the last 10 laps. I was so nervous. My heart was beating out of my chest.
Now, are you a new driver to the Extreme Motorsports 99.com league?
Yes, sir. This is my first truck race for them, and then I did the K&N last night. I didn't do that well.
And you and Jacob, first truck race ever in this series, and you guys get a top 3 finish. That is definitely. How are you looking forward to the Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is going to be the next truck race?
I'm super pumped for that track. I love that track. That's one of my favorite tracks, and I can't wait till we get somewhere where we can actually race pretty good here to Salt, the Daytona Speedway to Salt. trying to get yourself not wrecked and keeping yourself clean and waiting to the end of the last lap, what we are all doing. And Atlanta, you can just go if you want to, and you can race people and buff each other, and it's so much fun there.
Absolutely. Well, Ty, thank you for taking the time to come talk with us tonight. And congratulations on the second place finish.
Thanks, Tanner. Thanks for everything, man. See ya.
That was Ty Gibbs finishing in the second spot tonight here in Daytona. And now let's go all the way down to victory lane to Vern Bradley, who wins tonight's race. Vern Bradley, do you have a copy?
Yes, I do.
Vern, that was a whale of a run in them closing stages to try to protect your position. You were beating doors with Damian Crump there about maybe 15 to 11 laps earlier before that checkered flag. What happened between you two drivers entering turn 3?
I moved up on him a little bit too high, and I certainly don't, like to race anybody that way, and I definitely didn't mean to for him and I to have contact there.
Yeah, it looked like it was definitely some close racing. We were coming down to the wire. You guys are doing everything you can to try to get the race lead because you probably obviously know you can hold the race lead to do the best you can. Now, in them closing stages with that one-lap shootout, how pressured were you as the race leader?
There's a lot of pressure, and I had a lot of pressure on me, obviously. You just want to make sure that you can get the best restart possible and don't miss any shifts.
Yeah, don't miss any shifts is definitely the key. I thought one time you kind of jumped out just a little bit early, but you didn't. But nobody freight trained you or anything like that. But congratulations on the win tonight here in Daytona. And you're a regular here in the Extreme Motorsports 99.com league. You run in the Cup Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Truck Series. You also do some fun runs as well. And I believe, according to your stats right here, you just captured your first victory in the league. That's awesome though too.
Yeah, this is my first win in Extreme. I'm very excited about it. It's been a long time coming. I've finished second more than once on these plate tracks, so finally just to be able to hold on and win it means a ton.
Now before we let you go here, we're done with Daytona now, and you're probably happy to be done with Daytona after feeling the pressure on that one-lap shootout, of course. Now we go to the Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is next week in the trucks, and you actually do fairly well at Atlanta, believe it or not. You do have a couple dismal finishes, but the last time you were at Atlanta was in the Xfinity Series, and you got a top 5 finish. How do you feel about your chances at Atlanta?
Atlanta's a really good track for me. And with the momentum off this win, I think I'll be really strong there again.
Absolutely. Well, Vern, we thank you for coming to take the time to talk with us tonight, and we'll let you go and celebrate with your crew. Congratulations.
Yeah, I want to, real quickly, I want to thank my team, Performance Motorsports, Don Kidder, Garrett Robinson. If it wasn't for them two, there's no way I could have got up there. I want to thank Dave and Tanner, you two, and Extreme Motorsports, Rick Donathan, all of our admins for doing what they do here.
Thank you, Vern, and congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
That was Vern Bradley, folks, your race winner here at Daytona in the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping World Truck Series. Dave, we've seen some intense racing here at Daytona, and I believe this was just the first strike Vern just did. He's going to climb in with the points lead entering Atlanta Motor Speedway next week. Any final thoughts before we close the show?
Well, as we saw, it was plate track racing. These drivers had to battle not just their trucks, but they had to battle everyone else. The pushing, the draft. There was just so many key factors tonight. But as you said, next week we will be at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Once again, these drivers will come out pumped and ready to go. I have a feeling we may see Vern Bradley back up contending for another win, especially from the excitement we heard of him tonight. So I just can't wait for next week and see how this season's going to play out.
Absolutely. It's already intense racing so far, and it's only going to get better. And now we're going to go to some 1.5-mile race tracks. Actually, there's a couple of tracks that are going to be going to next here in the Camping World Truck Series. As mentioned, the Atlanta Motor Speedway is next, and then we go to a Kansas Speedway. So 2 1/2 in a row. So that's going to be some exciting racing right there. Well, let's wrap up the show here. We want to thank Extreme Motorsports 99.com for allowing us to put on this broadcast here tonight here in Daytona and putting on such an awesome race and an awesome league to work with here. And thank you to iRacing.com. without iRacing, all this would not be possible at all. So thank you. Good night. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Race clean, race hard, and we will see you next time here on Dre Broadcasting Network.